Fantastic Four faces devastating drop at box office as competition heats up. What competition? Yeah, and Superman 2025 has been out. James, let's talk about not okay. We got to set this the stage. Okay, James Gunn Superman has been out for 3 weeks now, and I don't think it's gonna beat Man of Steel in box office. How do you feel about that, Grae?
No surprise in my because we already said many times it's not as good compared to Man of Steel. Yeah, people are gonna be upset by that, but it is what it is. The numbers speak for themselves. I know there's gonna be someone in the comments and semantics. Oh, what does profit really mean? What does revenue really mean? And stuff like that. That means that you guys are losing. So you have to argue that way. And also, yeah, it's really not what I would perceive as a good Superman movie. It's Mr. Terrific the movie, Mr. Terrific and Friends the movie. Mr.
Yeah.
Terrific helps Superman the movie. And yeah, I think a lot of people felt that way. It's just that I think it achieved the numbers it has because it still holds the Superman IP, but it wasn't
Yeah.
enough to surpass Man of Steel. And for me, I get why. And yeah, I don't know. It's well, the last part of the title says it's all right. So yeah, it's all right because like very likely the Warner Brothers is still gonna fund the new DCU anyway. So they're so used the Warner Brothers is so used to borrowing money. So if we fail, just borrow money and we can try again. That's always that's their mindset. So I don't know. I'm not too excited for the next few movies. But what I do hope for the succeeding movies by James Gunn is that he actually takes us by surprise, that it's actually really good. Like this was setting the stage for something really good in the succeeding movies if he listens to feedback for this first one. But for now, this is not it. For me, this is not the strong banger of a start for the new DCU. I'm not excited. It didn't resonate with me as much, despite the good stuff that we mentioned last time when we reviewed the movie.
Yeah. So, see why James Gunn's Superman can't beat Man of Steel at the box office, and it's all right. That is cope. That is cope. The reason why they're saying that is that, well, actually, like, no matter what, James, we're already gonna get the DCU. No matter what, it's already happening. It doesn't really fucking matter, right? But the thing is, the Snyder Bros will not let this down. The Snyder Bros will come out in drove and saying, I told you the movie was dog shit. Right? We told you the movie sucked. Tornado taking out Pa Kent is better than the dog likes what's a dog. Right? So like it's crazy. James Gunn's Superman might not defeat Man of Steel at the box office, but this is it's far from a doomsday scenario it might seem. Superman was arguably one of the most anticipated movies of 2025, and the James Gunn's directed reboot had the burden of relaunching the DCU. While the movie initially soared with positive reviews and strong box office numbers, the dust is finally setting as clear picture of its commercial performance emerges. When it's all said and done, Superman, which sits at 525 million, might not surpass Man of Steel $668 million. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, well, it actually costs a lot more money to make Man of Steel. It costs way more money to make Man of Steel, right? Is $225 million. You want to factor in inflation. So I have the inflation calculator brought up. All right. So I have the inflation calculator brought up. So in 2013, how much would it be in 2025? 225 million. It would be $311 million to make. Right?
Okay.
Now let's go ahead and put in 668. $924 million factoring in inflation. Man of Steel completely wipes the floor with James Gunn's Superman. I don't give a fuck if you guys liked it or not. This is a fact. The numbers do not lie. Okay? So the people who are saying that, oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's James Gunn Superman is actually way better. It doesn't fucking matter. The numbers is all that matters. And people who are saying that it's not about money, they're fucking copium. It's fucking copium, man.
Even in our comment section, in our segments, just it's like, dude, it's like, no, the numbers don't matter. It's like, yes, they do. Yes, you don't make these kinds of blockbuster products out of nothing, out of passion. It took money. It took money to create them, so there's got to be money coming back, even more money coming back. That's all the people funded it care about. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yep. To most, that might seem like a doom and gloom scenario. However, that is far from the case. Superman offered plenty of positives and should not be judged simply on his box office numbers. And here is why Superman is losing to Man of Steel. We do already know why. There are going to be Snyder Bros who are just going to not watch this movie. People who are just like, oh, I don't like James Gunn, are not going to watch this movie. And the thing is that this is another reboot for another Superman movie. And the thing is, the word of mouth for this movie is not that great. It's not great at all. So it's not looking so good. But the thing is, if people who are saying that it's not about the numbers, it's 100% incorrect. If this movie made $0, like this made no money, like that's all. If this movie doesn't need to make any money, it still would be considered a success. That's bullshit, right? You guys need to even make back your money. You guys need to make $800 million minimum to make back your money, and you guys didn't. So this is, I think people are just huffing on that copium. Even before Superman debuted, there had been rumors of the movie needing to gross over $700 million to break even, while director James Gunn debunked that claim. No, it's actually according to box office. If the movie costs $220 million to make, you have to double that for marketing. So let's round that to $440 million. Half of that shit goes to the theaters. Basically 45 to 49% of the box office money goes to the theaters. So how much money will you have to actually make? Yeah, it is about like $700 to almost $800 million. So the fact that James Gunn said that, oh, that's stupid. It's like, no. That you are just coming out preemptively saying that, oh, it doesn't matter. It's not about the money, which is retarded.
And like Gunn will, like, if it achieved a particular number milestone that's profitable, in a flash of a second, he's gonna boast that in social media. Oh, look at my movie hit. My movie hit 800 million or 1 billion. See, it's a massive success, but he didn't. So yeah, that says a lot.
This also reminds me of like Ubisoft, right? This game has 300 million players. We have 300 million. No, not 300 million. 3 million players, right? Versus Clear Obscure, we have 3 million copies sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is absolutely copium. However, one of the major factors in the movie's perceived box office underperformance is the titular character's American way. For better or worse, Superman is identified as quintessentially American hero. They're gonna say that, oh, just because America is not in a great state right now, that's also another fucking tactic that they use, preemptively coming out and saying that, oh, America is not actually looking really good right now because of the anti-immigration bullshit that they're trying to do. Like that's bullshit, right? The anti-American sentiments in the real world certainly impact the box office numbers. That's stupid. If it's an anti-American, then it should be anything that comes from America, right? Then why is something like Lilo and Stitch doing really good? Why is something like Jurassic World doing really, really good? It's because it came US. It doesn't fucking matter. I think this is just another excuse that they're using to combat this, right? I'm pretty sure Tom Connors Jr. from the Midnight's Edge, he's crashing out right now, knowing that Superman, James Gunn Superman is doing worse. It's not doing as good as Man of Steel because he hates Man of Steel. He hates Man of Steel. And man, it's like him crashing out on Flash Castle is one of the best things, man. I see the same evident is in the movie's international numbers, with the movie only making 223 million from overseas. Man, that's bad. That's actually really bad. Gunn himself cited the anti-American sentiment as the reason for the movie performing below expectations overseas in an interview with Rolling Stone. China has seemingly moved out from Hollywood blockbusters like Superman. Do you know why? It's because it's not a new story. if you think about it, it's not a new story. It's like you're redoing Superman over and over and over again. We've seen
Yeah.
Superman shit before. Nothing is going to be new, right? Unless you're making a new Superman film, a new story, maybe. But like, there's a reason why like Ned Zaz made it's like $2 billion, right? And the fact that we're actually getting a localized version here in the States, in I believe it should be coming out soon. We're getting an English dub
Oh,
here.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
nice.
you can't watch it outside of it being Mandarin. So like, and you can't even find it online right now. It's not even on streaming. So they're actually releasing it, re-releasing it in the theaters, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe in streaming soon, but with English dub. So
Oh, okay.
China's too busy
Yeah.
working on their own shit, actually, to be honest, to
Mm,
be worried about something like Superman. The anti-American sentiments are perhaps the most prevalent in China, which was a big market for Hollywood when Man of Steel was released back in 2013. Zack Snyder's directed movie earned roughly 63.4 million in China, making it for a 16% share of the movie's international box office collection of 379 million. But here's the thing. Do you know what was attached to Man of Steel? That was all plastered everywhere during the what's it called again? The trailers and the promotional stuff. Christopher Nolan,
mm, okay.
right? So several
Yeah.
years ago, you got Dark Knight, probably one of the best superhero movies of all time. And then
Mm,
4 or 5 years later, you have Superman that says Chris Nolan because that means that because people didn't know that, whether or not it's going to be you're going to cross, right? So and plus cinematically, I think the cinematography for Zack Snyder, it looks really good. The music is really good. I think Hans Zimmer's is an amazing job. I'm not a Snyder bro, but the thing is that I enjoyed Superman not as much as I enjoyed Man of Steel. There's a lot of things and faults with Superman and Man of Steel, but I just enjoyed Man of Steel more. But was there like high like excitement and hype for James Gunn Superman in your area?
Uh, I can't really say because like I'm not really out a lot, but my friend like I think her the company she works for now they gave out tickets for them to watch. So maybe if ever a lot of the carrying was done by the companies themselves, like corporations, treating their employees. But I'm not sure in the broader audience of things. But I don't think so. I don't think it's that much of a big hype here in the Philippines.
Oh, yeah. Like, were there any
Yeah.
like big hype, super hyped movies from the US? Like
Mm,
where you guys, oh, like this, like, oh, people are talking about this movie a lot.
Nah, nah, I don't think so. Actually, what I really think it's really dominating here in the Philippines is like K-pop stuff. I would think K-pop Demon Hunters did have more excitement here.
Yeah,
I think that one did better, honestly, than compared to these recent Western movies.
yeah. But man, the Snyder Bros are gonna be coming out in droves. Yeah, a lot of them are gonna be coming out, and the fact that give with the inflation, yeah, $310 million to make the movie. That means that they need to make almost 900 million, 800 to 900 million dollars to break even, and they did. They did break even. They actually went above and beyond broken even. So I think people who are talking about inflation, you guys don't know what the fuck you're actually talking about. Thanks for checking out this segment from the Project Eggroll podcast. Make sure to catch us live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Also, be sure to subscribe, and we will see you all there.